European Union is getting older. The social security system of EU will not be able to sustain itself. The median age here in Turkey is 28. 65% of my nation is below the age of 35. We are a promise to the economy of Europe. When all European banks were going bankrupt, no Turkish bank even had a failure or a loss in 2008. The Turkish banking sector was very stable, and they had a net profit of $12 billion by the end of 2008. And they're doing very fine here in 2009 as well, which shows that Turkish economy is very stable.
What is Turkey's trade with the rest of the EU measured in money?
Turkey's foreign trade is around $600 billion, and approximately half of it is with EU member countries. And if you consider that Turkey is the only member of customs union that is not a member of the European Union itself, Turkey is a very important country for the European economy. In addition, to add to that, if you consider Turkey being the natural hub and route for energy resources coming into Europe, be it from the Caucasus, be it from the Middle East, Turkey is the national route. So either we go through Nabucco or ITGI or any other project, Turkey is very essential to deal with Europe's energy crisis, which I think is one of the main issues ahead of Europe.
Why do you think it is that Britain and Italy are strong supporters of Turkey's accession to the EU, and Germany and France are so hostile?
Because that's the choice of the politicians that are running those countries. Those politicians have short-sighted views, as far as I'm concerned. When you consider that the terrorists who attacked London did not come from Pakistan, they were born in London, they grew up in London, and they chose to be terrorists in London and killed so many innocent individuals. Just like the perpetrators of September 11th in New York came from Germany. When you consider that there are 20 million Muslims around Europe, 1.5 billion around the world, and there are approximately 3 billion people around the world that feel isolated from the West, and the emerging youth in that 3 billion population need role models. Well, the choices are very clear. You have people like Bin Laden who are promoting violence and racism, and you have a choice like Erdogan, Prime Minister of Turkey, who's trying to westernize his country, democratize his country, who's trying to enhance the relations between East and West, trying to co-chair the alliance of civilizations and bring different nations together.
How do you respond to those critics who would say that Prime Minister Erdogan and President Gül are actually using the AKP to Islamicize Turkey and make it less secular?
We have made Turkey more Europeanized, we have made Turkey more westernized, more modernized, and Turkey is increasing. The per capita income in Turkey was $3,300, now it's around $9,500. The average foreign direct investment coming into Turkey was $1 billion, but now it's approximately $20 billion a year. Turkish inflation has come down, Turkish interest rates have come down, Turkey has become a much more stable economy, and Turkey has become a much more stable neighbor in this region. Turkey is a mediator between Afghanistan and Pakistan, a mediator between Russia and Georgia, a mediator between Israel, Lebanon, and Syria, mediator between India and Pakistan. Turkey is the natural hub not only of energy but also of peace.
If Turkey were a member of the EU today, how would it rank in terms of the size of its economy compared to Germany, which is #1, and Britain and France, the big ones?
Currently, Turkish economy is the 6th largest economy in Europe. But with our progress and our growth rates, believe me, within a decade, we will be among the top 4. Because when we took over 7 years ago as the ruling party of Turkey, Turkish economy was 27th largest economy in the world. Today, we're the 17th largest economy in the world. So our progress rate is much better than many other nations, especially European nations. We do not want to become a full member tomorrow. We realize Turkey will become a member when Turkey is ready and when Europe is ready. But being motivated is very important in this program. So I think we should focus on the process. This process is a win-win situation both for Europe and for Turkey.